Garcia on the move. He dives, and he makes the catch.
Seager with a grand slam. Gone! Josh Jung again!
Grant Anderson has made it look really easy.
And that ball is smashed. It is gone! Upper deck!
Welcome into Rangers Report, presented by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. I'm your host, Hannah Wing. The Rangers are the second best team in baseball 2 months in. The offense is surging and the starting pitching was on point in the month of May. May was mainly spent on the road, but the Rangers made themselves at home, going 13-6 away from Globe Life Field and 18-9 for the month. This record gives the Rangers the highest win percentage in all of MLB for the month. This episode will dive into the key contributors and celebrate the newest member of the Rangers family just in time for Father's Day. Stay to the end when third baseman Josh Jung steps out of the hot corner and into the hot seat to answer your burning questions. It isn't a secret that righty Nathan Eovaldi is one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball. Evo was the Rangers Player of the Month with a .96 ERA, a .85 WHIP, and an unbeaten 4-0 record. After being the first Ranger to throw the first complete game shutout right here at Globe Life Field in April, Eovaldi threw another complete game on May 23rd, making him the only pitcher in baseball to have 2 complete games at this point in the season. Another win for the month was having shortstop Corey Seager return back to the Rangers lineup. Seager quickly racked up 19 RBIs and hit his first grand slam of the season on the road in Baltimore. Second baseman Marcus Semien was on a tear as well. Semien had hits in 26 of 27 games along with a 28-game on-base streak. Semien extended his hit streak to a career-high 20 games on May 31st, the longest hit streak by a Ranger this season, and he's tied for second in franchise history for a hitting streak by a second baseman behind Ian Kinsler's 25-game streak in 2008. Outfielder Leody Taveras started the season on the injured list but has quickly made up for lost time. Taveras led the American League in batting average with a scorching .368 for the month of May. It is newborn time in Texas. On May 25th, righty Dane Dunning and his wife Rachel welcomes their own little rookie into the world. Mac Anthony made his debut and watched the Rangers' 5-3 win at just 2 days old. Congrats to the Dunnings. Hey everyone, I'm here with third baseman Josh Jung, and Josh, this is your first full season at the big league level. Already making quite the splash, must I say. You're already leading third baseman in OPS, slugging runs, and are currently tied for first in hitting. Offensively for you, what is the main aspect you've been focusing on this year?
Putting the ball in play, truly. That was a big issue coming off the shoulder, just not having consistent swings, bad approaches, wanting to kind of hit my way through it, and that was definitely not the route to go. But really, it's just been dialing in my routines, being as strict as possible with those, intentional with my work, and then just trusting it in the game. You
mentioned your routine. We spoke briefly before this about even on the road, you locked in your routine. What is your routine, for example, on a game like tonight, like for you here at Globe Life Field?
I mean, I get here pretty early and do my thing. The first day of every series, I get worked on. I work with Raul, massage, stretch out, something. We just get the body moving first day. Usually you fly or something happens. So just get the body moving, making sure everything's good, and then I go out on the field and throw my headphones in and kind of try to get to home plate and kind of just visualize the field that day, whatever, and I stretch out and go through a little routine where I just swing the bat and just feel good. And then I'll go into the cages, get my cage routine done, and then I usually just have some downtime to where I usually say I gotta earn my lunch, so I go in, eat a little lunch, just kind of relax for a little bit, and then we got ground balls, meetings, and all that kind of stuff, and then it's time to play the game.
This Rangers lineup is absolutely stacked this year from top to bottom. I think that's an understatement, especially from your perspective. You've been hitting consistently in the middle of the Rangers lineup in between outfielder Adolis Garcia and catcher Jonah Heim, who have both had, in addition to yourself, all-star seasons at the plate this year. How does your spot on the lineup impact your productivity at the plate?
I mean, when you look at it, you've got Silver Slugger, Silver Slugger, Silver Slugger. I don't know if has Adolis won a Silver Slugger? He might have won one, so he's a Silver Slugger. So you got those 4 guys in front of you. They gotta, there's 3 outs in an inning. They gotta pitch to somebody. And then I'm having a decent year, and then Jonah behind me is having a great year. So out of the first 6, you gotta pitch to somebody to get those 3 outs. Who are you gonna pitch to? I think that's where the productivity comes. Teams kind of pick and choose who they want to be careful with and all that kind of stuff. And day in and day out, it's like they're choosing the wrong one and we're all kind of producing. So it's a lot of fun because it's always like you're hitting with somebody on base, which is a lot more fun than hitting with nobody on base and scoring runs and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a lot of fun. The lineup's a lot of fun. And it's crazy. Just going into the game, having that expectation, like we're about to dominate this pitcher, it's pretty cool.
I asked Adolis this question last episode, but in your opinion, how does this team in this year just feel different to you?
It's just the energy, truly. I think the personalities we have in the clubhouse kind of all just gel together, truly. And winning helps everything. But I think before that even started, it was just like we just have a great group of guys. We do a lot of stuff together. We hang out together. The clubhouse is a lot of fun. And you can just feel the energy at all times. And the expectation to win every single night is also something different. So it's just a lot of new things, but it's all like really good things.
Defensively, you've also had a lot of success this year. Your fielding percentage is a .978, the second best in the American League, and you've only had 3 errors this season. What has been your key to success defensively this year?
Just bring my glove every night is what kind of Bochy told me in spring training. Kind of, if you shorten it a little bit, just bring your glove every night. And just really taking my defense as serious as possible, making sure I get good reps, making sure that I try to save runs, truly. Just take hits away, take runs away, all that kind of stuff. And, coming up through baseball throughout my life, you try to know what the pitch is that's coming. But not having that pitch come, it's like, well, I know exactly what's coming every time. And that's where I've been able to study a little bit more and be like, okay, well, this guy tends to hit the breaking ball down the line more. So if it's a breaking ball, I know like, hey, I'm leaning a little bit down the line in my head. And that's where I've been able to get a step or two on some balls because I'm anticipating it being there. And you can say, oh, I'm anticipating it coming to me. Yeah, but when you're anticipating it, it's a breaking ball and he's going to hit down the line X amount of times, it's like, well, that's 2 steps that I probably wouldn't have if I'm just reading it off the bat. So I think that's been a huge help to my defense so far.
When evaluating your defense from last year to this season, what is the #1 tweak or approach that you've changed this season?
Just making sure my feet are in the right position every day. Just really emphasizing my feet, especially in my work, making sure I'm moving them, making sure I'm just moving through the ball the right way, truly.
So congratulations, first off, on an all-star caliber season. Fans, head over to rangers.com/vote. You can vote up to 5 times per day. But speaking of fans, we have some fan submissions just for you, so let's dive in. What sports did you play as a kid?
Growing up, it was always baseball, football, so it was like I had 2 seasons in my life, baseball and football. In middle school, 7th and 8th grade, I got a little taste of basketball.
Ooh.
It was more of just an athlete thing. It wasn't really because I was a basketball player. Couldn't shoot to save my life, just run up and down the court. But truly, it was baseball and football. Was
baseball always your top sport?
It was my first love, for sure. But those Friday nights in Texas hit home pretty good, too. Because I remember I gave up football my senior year. And I'd go back and watch the games, and Friday nights just hit me because I was like, man, those are all my buddies out there playing. And football's a lot of fun, but yeah, baseball's always my first love.
There's nothing like it. If you weren't a Red Raider, what was your backup college option?
I didn't have one.
You didn't? So it was just Red Raider Nation until you died?
Yeah, so that was my first and only offer there for a long time. I ended up committing around Thanksgiving my junior year. It was actually like my bye week in football. I was able to go up there for a visit. And I kind of fell in love with it. My parents were like, we got to go home. I want you to research the college, know what your degree is, make sure they have it, all this kind of stuff before I was able to commit. When I committed, that was my only offer, and that's exactly where I wanted to be.
Wow, Texas Tech or bust.
Really.
I like it. Someone wants to know, are you trying to bring back the 2010 Bear Claw?
So my nickname around the locker room right now is Junk Cat, so it's just a little cat thing, I guess. We've just been doing it and kind of rolling with it. It's fun.
I thought it was a Peagle symbol or something like that for the City Connects, but I like that too. What is your favorite regular movie and your favorite baseball movie?
Regular movie? Huge Captain America fan, so I have to go Captain America, the first one, the first Avenger. But then baseball movies, definitely Sandlot. It's like the OG. Could probably quote the whole movie. It's amazing. I love it.
What was your favorite memory while you were at Texas Tech?
There's nothing like going to Omaha, so clinching, I would have to say probably my junior year over my sophomore year, if I had to choose one, just because it was kind of a big series against Oklahoma State in the Super Regional. It came down to game 3, we ended up hitting a homer. Kurt Wilson ended up hitting a walk-off, or not a walk-off homer, but a big 3-run homer to put us up in the bottom of the 8th, going to the inning down 2. So it was just like, that's gotta be probably the highlight of my Texas Tech career, because we never got to win it in Omaha. We ended up making it. I think we were top 4 my junior year, but that moment, just the gut punches that whole weekend was, it was like, we score, they score, we score, they score. It was just hectic all weekend. So that's what made it so special, is to finally like get over that hump and make it back to Omaha.
Next question, we're gonna manifest something here. When you make the All-Star game, who will be your first phone call?
I mean, it would kind of be the same as like my debut. I called my parents first. My mom's still working, she's a PE teacher, so I'll usually get a hold of my dad first and then my mom, so it'll be those 2 first.
I love it. Doesn't get more wholesome than that. If you weren't playing baseball, what would your job be? I'm sure you get this one all the time, but the fans are wanting to know, so I had to ask it.
I went to school, studied communication studies, got my degree in that, so it would be something. My backup plan was always MLB Network. That's kind of always wanted to do,
great.
like be a baseball analyst. So yeah, I would try to be working in the realm of that. Maybe coaching, because I just got a passion for baseball, so something to do with baseball probably.
Very cool. Who is your celebrity crush?
Growing up, it was Anna Kendrick from the movies Pitch Perfect.
Great movies.
Oh, man, Pitch Perfect.
Okay, that's a good one. What is your favorite candy?
Oh, that's a great question. Recently on the plane, it's been Lifesaver gummies and Snickers are my 2 go-tos. So one of those, probably Lifesavers over Snickers.
Good to know, like the ranking. Last question, I saved the best for last. People on Twitter are dying to know, what bird would you be if you were a hypothetical bird?
Hypothetical bird? If I was a bird, and then you have to say the Peagle, right?
I love that answer. Peagle it is. It's perfect. The best way to end the interview. Josh, thank you so much for your time.
Yep.
Congratulations. Can't wait to see you the rest of the season.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Josh. Help get Josh and the rest of the gang to Seattle for the All-Star Game. Head to Rangers.com/vote. You can vote up to 5 times per day. June is the busiest month at the ballpark, so don't miss your chance to catch the Rangers at home in action. I'll see you next time.